Hi there, guys. Here is a little draw me about me. My name is Rami. I was born on December 1983 in Sydney, Australia. My name Rami means archer in Arabic, and I guess that is fitting, seeming I am a Sagittarius. I come from a Lebanese and Croatian heritage. My mother is Croatian and my father is Lebanese. But I am a true blue Aussie, mate. Nothing will ever change that. My religious heritage is as interesting as my cultural one. My mother is a Christian, whilst my father is a Muslim. I grew up exposed to both faiths, and I've managed to take the best from both religions and live a life with an open mind and complete tolerance. I have one older brother, Sal, who I really looked up to growing up. He was my protector, my mentor. Our relationship is still strong today, even though we barely do get to see each other. I grew up in the western suburbs of Sydney, a place that is apparently notorious for high rates of crime, including drugs and gang activity. I don't know. I barely see any of this supposed action that happens here in the wild, wild west, but I've grown to love it. In my early primary school years, I was the joker. My cheeky grin and confident personality really made me a character in school. Yet within the last few years of primary school, all of that changed when a bunch of bullies joined the scene and made my school life a living hell. Physical and mental bullying continued in my primary school years, and that funny, confident me died down to a passive and weak human being. When I went to high school, these guys followed me there, and their ongoing assault against me continued, so much so that I didn't show up to school for 3 months. Eventually, in year 10, I grew a set of balls to face my opponents and get them off my back. But it was 6 years of utter hell. For many, their school years are the most fun and memorable years of their life, but for me, it was a nightmare that I couldn't wait to get out of. In my mid to late teens, I was a 120 kilogram goofball that had severe confidence issues. Even though I gained back some of my trademark humor, inside I was still a person with a low sense of worth, and I had a lot of growing up to do. So I joined the gym in 2003, and I am still part of that same gym today, except I am 22 kilos lighter and a lot happier with myself in all aspects. I suddenly had a huge knack for writing, and my love for writing started with feature-length movie scripts. I used to be obsessed with the film industry, and in my early 20s I wrote 3 feature-length movie scripts, one of which Paramount Pictures actually requested to have a look at. Sadly, my editing was that appalling, I did not feel prepared to send the script as it was, and that opportunity just fizzled away. My writing then turned directions into poetry and prose. This for me is the most therapeutic form of writing. It feels like I'm getting a mental massage. It's fantastic. I have written approximately 700 poems, and I intend to release a book soon. Finally, my writing has most recently focused in the ways of blogs. I am one that absolutely loves to express himself in a literary form, and I have been writing blogs for approximately 2 years, and I've had approximately 100,000 readers to this day. In my mid-20s, I faced a serious financial crisis. One night after work, I decided to play on the poker machines, and this one night would have changed my life forever. It instantly became an addiction, and I would visit clubs and bars all around Sydney, wasting all of my hard-earned cash, putting them into these machines destined to make me fall. I would spend my entire fortnight wage in 3 days, and I'll always remember how miserable I felt, crying in my car, broke as a joke, yelling at myself, "Rami, You are better than this. You are smarter than this. Despite this, I continued in my crippling addiction, and none of these get help signs worked, nor did all the signage telling me that gambling is dangerous and addictive. Yet the one thing that actually made me quit was when I randomly read a verse in the Quran about gambling, and how I am told to keep away from it so I could be successful. These simple words were enough for me to break this addiction cold turkey, and I am clear of this dreaded addiction, and finally, financially, my life is back on track. I have had a very interesting journey so far because life itself is a journey. 4 years ago, I scored a job in the airline industry, and since then, I have managed to see 8 different countries, and for that, I am extremely grateful. Travel is my new addiction, and I love everything about it. The sights, the sounds, the taste. It is the gateway to knowledge and perspective. I am truly blessed to be in my current position. Today, as a 31-year-old man, I could proudly say that I have overcome many hurdles in my life, and I've matured in many ways. I'm in a chapter of my life where I'm seeking to take life to that next level. You know, marriage, kids, and all that good stuff. God willing, this will happen for me. Yet in the meantime, all I could say is life is good. Thank you so much for watching my video. Peace and good night.